Tell me about the scar.
Across the park, uh, dude I knew, we had some words back and forth. I called him a punk and a lame. I turned my back to him. He stabbed me in the face with a 5-inch blade. I had 76 staples in my face. My cheek was hanging off like this, losing a lot of blood. I was on Westlake behind MacArthur Park, so I didn't walk through the train station directly to the cops. I didn't want them to see me where I came from, so they could check the cameras. So I walked all around the block, so they wouldn't be able to check cameras, because we don't tell. You know what I mean? Take care of it ourselves.
Scar, where'd you grow up? Where are you from originally?
I was born here in California at Cedar Sinai. When I was 4, I was living with my family in London. Unbeknownst to, unknown to me, my father was having a sexual relationship with my mom's best friend. So we stayed there for the next 10 years.
And tell me about your parents.
My mom did as good as she can, as good as she could, but my father had fucked her up real bad, So I had to deal with my mom. She had a few nervous breakdowns, and we'd find her walking around London following the yellow brick road, which she said, which were the yellow lines in the road, all around London. And London's a huge fucking city, I was very worried for my mom right then.
How would you describe your childhood?
Not the same as anyone else's. Good and bad in some parts. I grew up a little fast. I did things that other children didn't do. I did drugs at an early age. I experienced a lot of things at an early age. I started doing graffiti in 1989, and that's when shit really got fucking crazy, I started doing graffiti in 1989 when I came back. I met a friend of mine across the street. His name was Roman, and they called him Caper. And we started to go out. We were from a crew called 818K, and we started to go out and paint billboards and shit on Ventura. And then that progressed to painting freeway signs, and that progressed to going off city from San Francisco to Oregon and on, and so on and so on. And until I caught an $11 million charge. I caught in 4 days $11 million in damages through my graffiti, and I was looking at 7 years upstate at 17 years old because of my graffiti.
How'd they catch you?
We got into a chase. We were seen by Highway Patrol. We were seen by Caltrans, and Caltrans contacted Highway Patrol. We ran from Highway Patrol for a few hours. They eventually caught us in the Sepulveda Pass and in the riverbed. The helicopters were out. We couldn't get away, so that was the beginning of that.
How much time did you actually do?
Initially, just a week or so, and then I got out, got caught again, and that's when they got really bad. I did, I believe, nearly a year in the county for that, and I was looking at about 7 to 9 years in prison for my graffiti.
How much prison time have you done total?
I just got out of prison last April. I just got off the 4-yard in Calipatria. I've done probably 5.5, 6 years prison time.
And drugs? It's been in your life for how long?
Long time. Drugs been in my life. I started playing hockey, which I did too. I started playing hockey when I came back. I was about 13, and I was using a little bit of marijuana and stuff like that. I played hockey until I was 23. I played 6 years in the AAA hockey league, and I actually got a full ride. I was picked up by Montreal, and they gave me a contract that stated if I went to my last winter camp training and they told me that if I gave them a year in the farm team in Montreal, that they'd guarantee me a year in the NHL. And I fucked that up. I didn't go to my last winter camp because I was very in my graffiti at that time. I was being interviewed by a couple magazines, Vice magazine, Juxtapose magazine, and I felt like I was being pressed into something that I didn't know if I wanted by my, by other people's expectations and my family, So I fucked that off, and I regret that. But it was cool because I played for the only California team to ever beat Alaska, so that was cool.
And today you're living where?
I'm living downtown, everywhere.
You're just on the street?
I'm on the streets.
You're in a tent, or you're just...
No, I've never been in a tent. I'm usually inside hotels, chicks' houses, stuff like that.
Figure it out. Day by day?
Yeah, day by day. I make good money sometimes, but I'm also an addict, so I also have to feed that addiction. So I spend a lot, and I do a lot of drugs and deal with a lot of other people's bullshit and have friends out here that need a lot of help, so I help them.
What is your drug?
Fentanyl.
And you'll support yourself doing what?
Selling fentanyl. And some small collections I do for a couple bigger operators out here.
So making collections.
You just go talk to this person. They owe me $1,000. They owe me $10,000. I need to get paid before this is going to escalate. Go talk to them, Scotty. I usually talk to them once, maybe twice. Usually, if I have to talk to them twice, they will pay that day, but they usually pay the first time.
And the scar on your face probably helps business.
I don't care. I do what I say. I'm not scared. I don't give a fuck about getting shot or stabbed. I've been shot 4 times. I've been stabbed 3 times and lost my life twice. I have 4 of my best friends die in my arms. My friend was murdered in my house in front of my family by the cops. I woke up to my wife dead next to me. So I really don't give a fuck about it.
How old are you now?
I'm 41.
You been married or in love? Have kids?
My wife's dead. She died next to me in bed.
How long ago was that?
That was November 20th, 2017.
Sorry. And living down here, tell me about living on the streets then. I don't know.
It's been crazy. This is part of my life I'll never forget. It's a part of my life I think I may have needed to have, and I needed this to see it. I think a lot of people might need this in their life. Not saying that I need more of a lesson now, but it does things to you if you haven't been. If life hasn't done to you by itself, this place will do it to you. I'll never forget what Skid Row's done to me, ever. I've seen fucking gnarly things, especially being a white boy. I have to really press the issue because I don't fuck around. I'm not gonna get punked or I'm not gonna get disrespected by anyone. I don't care what the fuck they do. You know what I mean? But I move around pretty well. I'm pretty respected by all the races, you know what I mean? So I can move between the races. For the white boys out here, I pretty much have the final say for the white guys out here on the streets when it comes down to things being organized and decisions that we have to make,
How were you first introduced to hard drugs?
I had a friend, his name was Michael Buha. He did graffiti with me, they called him Beetle YR, Yard Rats. And he said, dude, you ever smoked heroin? I said, no. He says, the shit, dude, you should come over and try it. So I did. And I was like, I'm gonna go outside and smoke a cigarette. And it was the most unbelievable, euphorically beautiful cigarette every time I've ever had. I never felt anything like that. And I wanted more of it, And it's been a motherfucker ever since.
What do you worry about? What are you afraid of?
I'm afraid for my children. I have 3 kids.
Where are they?
from my mother.
You think there's a chance that you won't get off the streets or off the drugs?
Yeah, I'm gonna get off the drugs. They right now as we speak, they're really at their last legs with me. You know, I have to use a lot to get loaded. A lot can be dangerous, and I don't like using it. I'm not getting loaded, so I do use large amounts, you know. And sometimes I don't OD though, but sometimes when we're using, people OD. I've watched so many people die that you couldn't save. I've watched people fucking say, "Go, hurry, get Narcan," and I run into people that have Narcan and they try to fucking sell it to me, you know, and I'm like, it's fucking atrocious, dude, and people have died that way. You know, a lot of people die, a lot of deaths, dude.
It's mostly fentanyl that's causing these deaths.
Yes and no. These well, the people that don't know what they're doing, they want to get high no matter what, and fentanyl is there. It's not a drug that you want to try for your first time drug session. It's not something that will kill you immediately, and it has killed me twice. I've gone. It's been over. Luckily, I had some people that cared about me about that.
Is this your lowest point in your life right now?
I don't know. It's not been a bad day. You know, I'm here with you. You know, it's not been a bad day. Some days are good.
Yeah, your attitude about living down here isn't complete. You know,
I'll tell you the truth. I miss it sometimes when I'm not here. I don't know why. You know, maybe it's the people. Maybe it's the shit that goes on. Maybe it's the freedom. I don't know. The one thing that does bother me though is I have children, and I miss them immensely, greatly, deeply. You know, my youngest is hard for me to deal with though. He looks so much like his mother, and I was madly in love with his mother, madly, and would do anything for her, anything. And I did. Like I said, I died on the operating table, you know. So I came back and she was something else. She was something special to me. And I woke up to her death. I don't think I was man enough to save her. I couldn't see the big picture, you know.
Do you have any regrets in your life?
Yeah. Not being man enough for her. Not being the man that she wanted and decided to spend her life with. She was so much better than me. So much more beautiful than me. She graduated from Juilliard, second in her class. She was a ballerina. She got accepted to the Royal Academy of Arts. She danced. She also played water polo for a significant number of years. And she was a suicide girl for 4 years. And she loved tattoos and shit like that, but she was a very different kind of girl. She was a very subdued, a girl that's very demure, you know. She didn't speak much. It's not the person she was. She liked to read, and she liked really quaint things in life, and she loved to dance and to ballet. And she could do it so well. It was so beautiful. I was so madly in love with her. I still am. I still ask her every night to come in. I still pine for her. But she's gone. So we have to leave.
Does losing her make it harder for you to deal with the situation?
Yeah, it does. I would think out here it would be better not to have a girlfriend, you know? Because of the atrocious shit that goes on with these girls, you know? Their boyfriends don't give them hustles, but their boyfriends go to jail and expect them just to live out there while they get sick. And they find out when some guy comes along and says, hey, do this and this and this, and I'll give you this and this and this. And finally they do it because they're so sick, and now they're empowered by it. So now they're fucking and doing this and doing that, and sucking dick and all sorts of shit for dope. And you're crying to me why your girlfriend's doing that. You should have taught her to hustle. You were out boosting all day. Why didn't you teach her how to boost? Luckily, my girl, she wasn't like that. She would never sell her body. She would never do anything like that ever. I never would let her. She was very good at she was very good at anything she did or things she was good at. And I miss her immensely. She was my little partner in crime. You know, we did a lot of gnarly things, a lot of gnarly fucking things, a lot of burglaries and shit, you know. She was down for it. She loved me. You know, she was way too good for me.
What would you say is the most important lesson you've learned in your life?
The last important thing I've learned in my life? I've learned that life is finite, and fuck it is not a bad thing to say, but I got children. I learned, so I mean, I was kind of selfish. I don't want to lie to anyone. I love my children, you know, but if I could, I'd kill myself. If I could go to the same place that she is, I'd kill myself to be with her. That's a fucked up thing to say, but I love her immensely. And losing her and the drugs that I do every day, like I have like a $350 a day drug habit, you know, and I still don't even get high. I don't get high now. I just am maintaining some kind of fucking weird kind of fucking pseudo fucking reality that I'm keeping up with. I don't even know what day it is, dude, because I haven't slept in like 5 days. Don't know if I'm coming or going. I got money in my pocket, don't know where it came from. I'm doing Xanax too, so it's just getting real fucking weird. The money that I made for the last 3 days, I lost it. And also, I've lost $5,000-$6,000 before, you know, doing dumb shit, and I had to make that money back, you know. I was doing really, really good at one point selling dope. I was making nearly $3,000 a day selling dope at the park. And I was just living the life of a fucking rock star, I guess, but not happy about it. I don't know what it is yet that drives me to do this. I don't know what it is yet that makes me come back to this. If I were to give anyone some advice or whatever, is in a situation like this, it's really good to know yourself and know what you're about. If you do, it can help you a lot. Yeah. My wife let me know what kind of man I was. I found out what kind of man I was, what I was capable of doing, and I loved her for that. And then she left me. She died. And it's caused a lot of problems. I'm really very angry. I lashed out and did some fucking fucked up shit to people, you know, I didn't do it. And tried to make some kind of amends and whatever, you know. It's really, you know, like, you know, ask me whatever you don't know, I'll tell you, there's more. I recently got shot for the second time. I was a 44 Magnum, went through my arm, broke my bone. The second shot hit me here in my last rib, traveled up like all my ribs, serrated my liver, punched out my lung, put me in a coma for 9 days. And then I died coming out of the coma. I died for nearly 4.5 minutes. And they brought me back to but they did.
Is there something that attracts you to this lifestyle?
I wouldn't say attracts me to this lifestyle. I'm not really one for the garbage and the stink and the shit and all that, but like this kind of lifestyle, like I'm not really into the muck. I kind of like nice stuff. But as far as like the grind goes every day and like the freedom, you know, and the way I have to tell you, I miss it and I do like it. And it bothers me saying that because I have children that I need to get to. And I don't want them to hate me. But they won't understand this yet. You know, they won't.
All right, Scotty. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Yeah, anything else I can tell you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.